is the crack, Goth. My name is Pixie and welcome to my channel of randomness where you never know what you're gonna get. Today we are on a bee rescue mission, so fingers crossed we managed to save one of the hives because of the destruction of the trees which is going on behind me because of some massive stupid corporate... Gotta wait, is it? Yes, it's past the 9-second mark. So they're a bunch of earth raping bastards basically. They are destroying nature behind us, chopping down trees that are 100 foot tall, claiming there's absolutely no nests in them. There's just a whole different video on that, go and look at that. But today I'm trying to save one of my colonies of bees which have fled because basically the trees they're cutting down is right in my bees' flight path, and they're so confused they don't know where to go, so they've come up this end of the garden and are all on the branches. So please do stick with me to see how that turns out. You shouldn't have to do this. This is ridiculous. In the middle of spring as well. Right, okay, at the moment I'm going to have to go and try and rescue my bees. So luckily I kept one of these live bee boxes. It's been on the balcony outside my bedroom for ages though, so it's covered in moss. But this is basically what my bees arrive in whenever I buy a new colony, and I've kept this one. I've just got to empty it out a little bit because like I say it's been stood for a while. But basically I'm going to go and take this, if I find my beekeeper suit, which we're actually looking for at the moment, I'm going to go and take this box once it's all cleaned up and over to the tree where all the bees are at the moment and try and shake the branch to get them to fall into this box. And I can close the box up and take them over to the hives and put them back in the hives. And for now I'm going to have to just block up the entrance to the hive. I will leave them some kind of like breathing room obviously, but not enough for them to get out and be disturbed and fly away. It's just insane. Oh, that sounds like another tree's just gone. So luckily my bees are still there at the moment. Ignore all this stuff, obviously we're landscaping the garden at the moment. So yeah, as long as my bees stay there until I find my beekeeper suit, then I'll be able to go and should be able to go and rescue them and just shake them into the box, and then like I said just hopefully relocate them back to their hives again. But whatever all this is going on behind us, they're really disorientated and they don't know what on earth's going on. So yeah, hopefully we'll find my suit. I'm stuttering because I'm mad. My husband's looking for my beekeeper suit at the moment because I've not used it for a while, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to film doing it as well. It's just, I shouldn't have to do this. This is ridiculous. Right, okay, so getting kitted up to go and rescue the bees in the garden. I've got on extra padding today underneath my bee suit just because they're agitated. I've got a hat, I've got a onesie on, I've got a thick hoodie on underneath this, and I've got obviously my full beekeeping outfit. Like I said, I just don't want to get stung and they are agitated. So I'm just about to fire up my smoker, and we've got the pellets as well. So, and these are just like they don't hurt the bees, they just make them a little bit more docile and just easier to move. I'm going to go and smoke the bees, and then, which sounds wrong, and then I'm going to try and get them into the bee box that I've got. So whether or not it works, I've never done this before, so I don't know. I've seen YouTube videos on how to do it. I've been keeping bees for a while, but I've never actually gone and rescued a colony before, so this is my first time doing it. Hopefully I don't get stung. I've got a hole in my suit, which is not ideal, so I'm going to try and keep my head down, and I'll fix that later. But for now I'm going to go and try and tape up the entrances to the bees as well, just to keep them in. Wish me luck. I'll try and ask John and see if he can film it actually, but I don't know if he'll do it or not. This is ridiculous. Okay, so I've got my beekeeping gloves as well, which go really far up my arm. I'm just going to pop a couple of these pellets in at the moment just to get them started. So there is a little bit of rag in this as well actually. So it's almost like a bit of like raggy cardboard stuff as well. And we've got the pellets. So I'm going to put those on the top there and hopefully be able to do it. I'm trying to show you guys whilst holding the phone, so it's not that easy to do. I'm going to put a couple in, that should be enough just to get it smoking. Ideally don't be like breathing this stuff in, it's not great, especially if you're asthmatic like me, but it just simmers slowly. Right, I'm just going to just pause the phone a sec. Right, okay, so you can see that's just smouldering now, so the little paper bit's smouldering, and so are the little pellets. Now it's starting to smell a bit, so I'm just going to move it away from me a second. So let that catch on and let that run for a couple of minutes. I'll pop the lid on there, and then soon, when it's ready, you'll start to see all the smoke coming out of the funnel there. And all you do then is you basically use this. This is a bit like a bellow, which is exactly what it is actually. So you just draw in air in, and what you do is you gently just pump out the smoke, and then you just aim that at the bees. And it just helps them just to stay nice and calm. So that's not actually coming out at the moment, so I'm just going to open that back up again and let some air get to it. You can see there's obviously a build up of smoke in there. It's still working, so So leave that, and hopefully that'll start to smoke nicely, and then I'll come back out and see how it's getting on and go and get the bees. Right, okay, so you can see this. So this means that it's now ready to be used. So I'm going to get my gloves and everything on, and I'm going to see if Spanky can film the rescue. I don't know how well it's going to go. I might get stung tons of times. It might not work at all. They might all just bugger off. I don't even know if the queen's, like, I don't even know how to locate the queen in that mass of the bees. I presume she's going to be in the middle somewhere, but I need to make sure I've got her and I've not left her behind. So this is going to be a pain, and it's all because they're cutting trees down at the back of the garden. It's a nightmare. Recording them. Okay, so I'm fully suited and booted up. Spanky's just got my phone and he's going to film this, but I'm going right up to the bees now. So this is basically what I'm going to try and rescue. So they've all just landed on my tree here. They're fairly docile at the moment. I mean, I'm literally right next to them. So what I've got to try and do is put a box underneath these and basically shake them all into the box. Now I am, like I said, look, I'm close to them. They don't seem overly fussed by my presence being here. They're absolutely gorgeous. We're sending a few scouts out now just to check me out, but hopefully try and get all of these back into my hive with any luck. And at the moment, Spanky is just sorting out my my bee box. We're just trying to
it's got a big hole on the side.
Yeah, so obviously this is where the bees came in when I bought them, so obviously I had to unblock everything, and Spanky's out there's holes, so he's just taping them up for me. Right, you might just depress stop a second. Cheers. So not quite gone to plan. Gone to get them, and they're less than happy. Really quickly, you can hear them buzzing. They're not very happy. I've left the smoker at the base of the tree, but they are all starting to swarm again. So until these buggers have calmed down, there's not a chance I can go and get them, and they're literally coming over this way, so I'm shutting the door. Okay then, so I was just going to go out and get them, and I think they decided to come and get me instead. There's literally thousands upon thousands of bees. Hopefully they'll all settle somewhere else again. I don't think they're very happy with me, but the smoker's there by the tree, and they're all heading over this way. So hopefully no one's at the front of the house who's allergic to bees. We do have bee signs up, obviously warning people that we keep honeybees on the premises, but they look as though they're all flying to the front of the house, so I'm going to go and see where they're going. So there's literally thousands of bees at the front of my house. This is a huge cloud. This is all because of the destruction of the nature behind us. Obviously we keep honeybees on the premises. We've got signs everywhere. I've got my bee suit on, but a lot of people haven't. I don't know if you can hear them. Hear the chainsaws in the background, but the bees, all my bees are here, and they're going. So that's a colony gone. You can see them above the rooftops. I don't know if you can or not. They've gone. So there we go then, honeybees on the premises. Unfortunately we are now down a hive because they've all just buggered off the opposite way to where we live. And yeah, they've all gone, they've all upped and gone, and there's no sign of them coming back. So thank you so much to Wheeldon Homes for that. Massively appreciate it. Dickheads. I'm really upset now. Obviously I was going to rescue the bees, and literally the cloud of them just upped, and as you can see they've completely gone within a space of literally a few minutes. My smoker's still smoking, and they went all over the top of the house, literally up all the way over the top of the house, and just went. And now that's it, they've gone, and now they're not coming back. There's a few residual bees left over, but they're probably wondering where the queen's gone. These dickheads at the back are still cutting down the trees. So yeah, I don't know, they owe me a colony of bees basically, and yeah, I tried to save them, but it wasn't to be, literally, excuse the pun. For anyone who thinks this is okay, we've had a few comments on TikTok of people saying it's not really your problem. Well, yeah, it is. It's at the back of my property. They're disrupting nature all around us. They're taking over, obviously, they're disrupting my bees' flight path. I've just lost a colony of bees. That's I know it's not all about money in some aspects, but we're not a wealthy family, and that's £250 per nuke, which is a colony of bees that I don't have. We don't have that much money, so I can't replace them. That's it, they're gone. And yeah, so at the back of my house the other day was full of beautiful trees. Oh, sounds, there you go, that's the big one. Just caught it on camera. Gone. It's just gone. They've just cut it down. Absolute earth raping bastards. So now everyone's going to tell me this is okay, are they? This is all right, the destruction of nature for houses that nobody can afford to live in anyway. And they're not even planning on doing anything apparently for a couple of years. So what's the point? They're disrupting everybody around here. It's not just us, it's all of my neighbours, it's the people in the cemetery, it's funerals which are going on, it's everything. This is not okay. Not in any fucking aspect of it. This is not okay. Okay, jumping on super quick as like an outro video really to what's been going on. Obviously, so if you go back and look at my other videos, my recent videos on my TikToks, you'll understand that there is a housing company which is has bought the property behind me. So it's like an old social building with a fair bit of land on it, beautiful trees as you can see, lots of nature. And it's just insane. We're in the middle of spring. It's beautiful. It's literally we are in the middle of spring. It's like nesting season and everything. There's loads of wildlife back there. Like we said before, we've got owls, there's birds of prey which circle around everywhere, we've got bats, everything. And basically yesterday the police came out. They came to the house to speak to us as well, and they said they actually visited the site, and obviously these people are claiming they're doing nothing wrong. They're checking every single tree to make sure there's no nests and all that kind of stuff that they've. But we think it's bullshit. We're calling bullshit on this. Like all of the neighbours are like angry about it. We've had no notice of anything. As you can see, like there's some people out there who go, well, it's not your problem, it's not your land, why are you bothered, and all this kind of stuff. Well, we're bothered because we live in a small town. And everywhere you look are fucking housing developments popping up everywhere on fields and everything. Now, as it is, we know that the earth is being ruined, and I'm not going to sit here and lecture you all about nature and stuff, because I'm sure you don't want to like listen to that, and you're all quite well aware of the fact of what the world's coming to and the fact we're destroying nature left, right and centre, because humankind as a race are fucking awful. But basically those trees at the back of the house, they weren't in the way of anything. Apparently there's no development going to be happening for a couple of years, so why level the land now? Like, what is the point? It's just absolutely insane. I think there's more the fact that obviously we've had no notice of this whatsoever, and all of a sudden chainsaws have started up and trees have started being felled, and we're literally, birds are scattering everywhere. Like you've seen, my bees have just gone, and I literally can't afford to replace them, and I'm trying to save nature. Like, this is our passion. And also the bees were part of my son's eco garden, which is going to be his memorial garden, you know, because obviously I lost him last year, and he loved bees and I love bees, and so, you know, they're taking that away as well. Like, nothing is sacred anymore, and we're pissed off with it. And yeah, we might just be a little family in a little town who can't really make any difference against these fat cat corporate twats, but the fact is, you know, if we can out people like this and show the destruction of what's going on. I say people now, we don't have the money. Most people don't have the money to just buy a house. And there are so many housing developments in our town, and they're stood empty, or they're stood not even finished, because there's not enough people to buy these houses, or people can't afford to. There's no school places in the area. And not just that, but the access road to this proposed site is a small, almost like a country road. It's paved and everything, but it leads to the cemetery. It leads directly to the cemetery. So you go down this narrow road, like there's not enough room for two cars on this at all. So bear in mind, you're going to have the horses and carriages for funerals, or the big cars like we had for my little boy's funeral. And then you've got guests as well. And obviously they can't all park in town. There was a lovely big car park by the cemetery that people used. And people who couldn't use that, who were like disabled, would park right outside the cemetery. Now this housing company, which I'm led to believe is called Wealdon Homes, have actually bought part of that road as well, the access road, and the police told us yesterday that they have said that anybody who's parking on that road will be clamped and towed away. Now these are people who are burying their children, burying their loved ones, you know, like exactly the same way that we did. It's disgusting. So not only are they stopping people from mourning and using the cemetery correctly, because how the hell are they going to get heavy plant machinery down that narrow road without disrupting the people who live there on the street opposite, stopping funerals from happening? But the building of houses is going to take months. There's going to be excavators and God knows what else going on, and there's going to be funerals happening. And with all that noise and all the racket and everything else, let alone about the fact they've just cut down trees that are hundreds of years old, or possibly hundreds of years old, hundreds of feet high for sure. And for what? They're just destroying nature left, right and centre because they can. It's disgusting. And I'm pissed off with it. And more people need to stand up rather than just sitting there like being keyboard warriors. If you can go out and video them and name and shame these people, yeah, it might not make an impact immediately, but if enough people gather together and do it, you know, your voices are heard. Somebody made a comment on one of my videos, and I don't know who it was. I think it was on one of my YouTube videos, and I think it was like the squeaky cog gets oiled first. And I think they were basically saying that the louder you are, the more people try and like stop it and or kind of like listen to you. So it's just, I mean, I look out here now and all of the big trees have gone. It's just disgusting. But yeah, what can we do at the end of the day? We're just sat here having to watch it because we've not got massive amounts of money to buy the land behind us to save the trees. And outing them they don't care because they just laughed in my face yesterday and revved up the chainsaws. So like, what can we do? It's just insane. But what you can do is make a noise and shout, and yeah, you can write to your local MP if they care, because most of them are Tories and don't care. But you know, just video things and out people and name and shame companies and take pictures of before and afters and post them up, and just, you know, use social media for good rather than sitting there and slagging people off and telling them off and telling them, you know, your videos don't make a difference and you can't do anything, so why bother. Try using it for some good and save the fucking earth, which is what we need to do, because soon there's going to be nothing left. And if trees go, we can't breathe. If bees go, we all die. So yeah, thanks a lot, like Wealdon Homes and the landscapers, and like, I need bees. I need to get loads of hives if I can afford it, and I need to get some colonies of bees in, hopefully when these have all stopped, because it's just devastating. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I say please do subscribe to my channel, that helps me a lot. I'm not always moaning, we do fun things as well. We go out on days out and do unboxing videos and stupid dares and challenges, but the environment is important. So if you can like and subscribe and comment on my videos, that'd be fantastic. Please do share as well and try out these stupid companies. For my husband's upstairs and he's really upset and angry, and yeah, I'm just going to go and upload this video and watch all the rest of the trees get felled and just chainsaws going all day long. It's absolutely devastating. I hope you're proud of yourselves if you're watching Wealdon Homes and a landscaping company. It's disgusting. Oh, there goes another tree, just heard the crack. Dickheads.